The way I used to eat 25 years ago messed up my stomach really badly. Oh my gosh. So important to eat good food. It's so important. You know, I really didn't have much choices back then, because when I grew up, I didn't have an easy life. My life was not easy at all, I tell you. It wasn't the worst life, but it wasn't the easiest. I lived with my grandmother part way of my life, and after she died, I moved in and lived with another relative in my family. I didn't live with my parents. I didn't live with my mom or my dad, but I lived with somebody in my family. And not gonna mention which kind of relatives, but when you're living under somebody's home and they're taking care of you, you need to respect them and eat what they provide for you. And while you're not at their home and you want something new, you go and buy food outside. So back then, my relative, when that person used to cook, they used to deep fry the chicken in oil. And 3 years ago or a few years ago, they told me they didn't realize that deep frying chicken in oil, I'm not saying saute it, I'm saying deep frying in oil is actually bad for you. So along with eating that and eating eating at the fast food restaurant at least 3 times a week, it messed up my stomach really bad, and I suffered for many years until I decided to move away and live on my own. And that's where my journey to trying to heal my stomach started from. And I think that was like when I was 27 years old. I moved out and I decided to live on my own. And I think in my 30s, I started to research, see different stuff online about issues that I was going through. And certain adjustment that I made kind of actually started to help me. But I wasn't 100% myself still. Back then, sometimes I'll be at work, feel like puking, and sometimes I do puke, feel nausea, bloating, indigestion, heartburn, and almost every night when I'm trying to go to bed, I would wake up in the middle of the night with indigestion, heartburn, and stuff like that, bloatiness, gassiness, all of the symptoms. But one of the things that I cut out from my diet that started at the beginning, that started to help me to feel more better, was milk. I stopped drinking milk and then I stopped going to fast food restaurant, and that helped somewhat. But my issue was I still wasn't eating as healthy as I could. But when I did my own cooking, I didn't cook with much oil, because I realized when I was cooking with when I cook with oil, or cook something that is too greasy, or eat some fried chicken or KFC, something that's fried, it would make me even feel even worse. So when I did my own cooking, I would just maybe cook with 3 tablespoons of oil, and I just use seasoning and spice to make my food taste good. I didn't rely on using a lot of oil. I know a lot of people do that, but I didn't. I figured if you're having stomach problems and stuff like that, it's best to avoid eating too much things that is fried. And not only that, but to avoid fast food restaurant. Before I continue with this video, I'd just like to let you guys know I'm not a medical doctor. This is just what I did to help me to heal my stomach. So if you're going to do anything that I say in this video, please contact your doctor and get their advice about that. So I didn't completely feel better, but when we decided to move to Prince Edward Island 4 years ago, after 2 years of moving here, I started to work on eating more healthier. I started to eat more vegetables. I forced myself to eat vegetables because I never really liked the taste of vegetables, but I forced myself to learn to know how to cook the vegetables. So once I started to do that, my body started to crave it, and then I started to add fermented food in my diet. That also helped me. And I trying to figure out all the things I did. Oh yeah, last year or year before last, my husband and I decided to eat a vegan diet. So we were avoiding eating any animal products until the fall of last year. We started to eat fish every now and then, maybe once a month or twice a month, and eat cheese and eggs again. But we mostly eat plant-based. And I noticed also I started to eat more from my garden, because I started gardening at a large scale, bigger than my apartment garden. I just want to let you guys know, not everything that I have done will work for everybody, because everybody's body is different. And at the same time, while trying all of this, I try to walk almost every day for 30 minutes, especially when it's very sunny. And I try to reduce my stress, because when you're more stressed, it's more harder for you to get healed. And walking daily, especially when it's sunny, you get vitamin D from the sun, and the vitamin D help the vitamins from whatever you eat or take to work better in your body. So keep that in mind. And because I was able to grow more of different kind of stuff, I was able to eat more from there. And finally this year, my stomach, my indigestion is healed completely. I started to eat a lot of vegetables, green vegetables from the garden. I started to eat more raw garlic. I will have it at least two peg at least 4 times a week, raw garlic. I will show you the grater that I use to grater it up into a fine paste, and I will put that on bread or mix it in with any food I will eat, maybe with eggs or an oil, or even put it in a salad or something like that. So this is the grater that I used to grater the garlic peg into a paste. This part here is kind of spiky. It's not sharp, but it's spiky. I got this from Amazon. I'm not advertising or anything. I didn't get paid to advertise it, but I like to share this with you guys because I like it. I think it'll make a really good gift also, because it comes with this stand, and when I'm finished using it, I put it on the stand like that. It's beautiful. So I'm gonna show you how I use it, how it works. I'm just going to grater just one, just to show you. And this make it so much easier to take the raw garlic, because raw garlic is so what's the word? It's so spicy sometimes. Actually, raw garlic is spicy all the time. Actually, I grow this garlic from my garden. I harvest it from my garden. And I'm gonna plant more garlic by next week. I'm hoping to plant it by next week. So far we haven't get any first frost. I don't know if I can wait till the first frost for me to plant the garlic. I think I might just plant it next week, whether or not we get the first frost or not. I need a knife. This is how I remove the skin. The garlic, to cut the garlic and remove the skin when it's dry, then when it's wet. So I normally just wash it after I remove the skin. Let me see how I can turn it so that you guys can see. So I will grate it like this and show you how long it takes. What I like about this is that it doesn't hurt my finger, or I cannot get cut with it, even though it's spiky. You see how it's coming along? And because it grater it so fine in a paste, it's easy to mix it in butter or in oil or in a dressing or something like that. The last little bits is a little bit more harder to grater, but most of it is great, fine. And you see how quick I did that. It didn't take long. Now I can choose how I'm going to eat this. And I would start to have more raw onions in my diet. Instead of eating onions at least once a day, I would eat it sometime for breakfast with whatever I decide to eat. I started to eat a lot more vegetables with my breakfast, a lot of fruits. I started to do smoothies and juices. I started to add make tea with the herbs that I was growing, like oregano, rosemary, parsley, sage, cilantro. I will eat it with my avocado. Trying to remember what other kind of herbs. Any kind of herbs, even the mint. I have different kind of mint. I'll make tea with it. I will have some sort of herbal tea every 2 days before going to bed. Sometimes I will have 2 cups of it before going to bed, and sometimes I will have it in the morning when I wake up. And I would have, and one of the herbal tea that I will have is lemongrass. I grow lemongrass, so I make lemongrass tea with that. And within 1 month time, I notice I don't wake up anymore with indigestion. I don't have any indigestion issues. I don't feel like puking, no bloatedness, no gassiness. I feel more healthier, starting to get back the color in my skin because I'm able to eat a little bit more because my digestion is more better. And I started to have different chilies in my diet. So my encouragement for those that's suffering with stomach problem, you can heal your stomach, but you have to make time to do that. You have to make effort to do that. And my way of making effort to do that was to grow as many different kind of food that I can from the garden, because it's more harder to do that when you don't have a garden, because you literally food is so expensive, so it kind of discourages you to go buy so much different vegetables and fruits from the grocery store. Yes, I would buy fruits from the grocery store, but most of the vegetables most of the vegetables that I ate, I grew it, so that saved me a lot of money. And even if it didn't save me a lot of money, because it was organic, it was more easy on my stomach. So for those that are suffering with stomach issues, because even last year we went out with somebody that we know at Tim Martins, and he was telling me that he was suffering with the issues that I'm having, and he's saying that he wish he could eat oranges, and because he can't eat it because it would make him feel really bad. That used to be me at one point. I couldn't eat anything like lemon or lime or orange or grapefruit because I would have strong heartburn after eating that. But because the different little steps what I made I was able to do that. So the fiber, it cleans your stomach lining, it cleans your colon, it cleans it out. The vegetables will detox your system, the fruits will detox your system, the garlic, the onions, the herbal tea, it will clean out your system, and not just from toxin, but also from parasite. Sometimes the reason why we're suffering like that is that maybe our gut is filled with parasite that we can't see, like worms in our body. You don't know, but I know herbal tea, it kills some of those parasites. It also the garlic also does that too. Bitter stuff also do that. The oregano is bitter, the rosemary is bitter. My point is to have different kind of vegetables and fruits and have those things, and they will help you to feel better. But you have to stick to the routine. I did it for 1 month until I started to feel better, and that's the way I'm eating now. I'm eating a lot of those food that I'm talking about still. Yes, it's expensive, but nothing come easy in life, you know. Well, anyhow, you guys, I talk to you another day. Bye.